Let's go, chat. Division rivals time. I just need to change it to custom.
And Sergeant Scott Riley respond to the call.
We're getting quite a few multiple reports. So normally when you get multiple reports,
Let's go.
tends to be a bit more serious.
Almost weekly, we are dealing with a fatal serious collision.
I'm going to beat my wife up.
You as a person to see what families go through when they are the victims of a fatal
I'll have to eat you in a minute, babe.
It's stuff that I will never ever forget.
What, that jump a fucking mile?
Down to the back game to deal with the next one and the one after that.
At 849, I'm coming free now, so I wait for that.
PC Chris Wells Jackson is also responding.
From the sound of it, they've got quite a serious head injury. You get a bit of a funny feeling when you go into possible fatal collision because in the back of your mind you're always thinking that essentially someone's potentially going to die, so especially with both family members as well. It's not very nice.
Let's go, let's go.
One every 5 seconds.
As other officers and paramedics fight to save the 92-year-old casualty's life, Scott takes charge of the investigation.
We've got a serious critical RTC where the pedestrian is still in cardiac arrest so far. When I'm told that the pedestrian is in his 90s, I know from looking at the scene that the injuries are going to be really difficult for him to survive. We've got everything at that scene, or coming to that scene, that we need to give him the best opportunity of life. But ultimately, I do look at the investigation as if it is going to be a fatality. That really focuses my mind. Right, move back to please going in.
Scott's asked us to go straight down, which we're going to do. Just going to grab some scene tape so we can have another recording on. Obviously the air ambulance needs to land somewhere as well, that's where it's going to be. Going to go and assist with witnesses, etc. to start off with the sound of it, so.
Ooh. I don't know what my players are doing, chat.
I've only got it here for a little bit. They've seen it, they've been right behind it. He's literally right behind the ball and smacking into it.
With life-threatening injuries, the victim needs urgent hospital treatment.
His conditions are changed from when we arrived.
Scott's focus turns to evidence gathering.
In the black car, there's a key witness. And that key witness describes him as travelling with excess speed. We need to secure CCTV, we need to secure the area for our forensics team. We need to clear the area for public, but we need to keep those public somewhere where we have an element of control. Unless you live on the street, you need to be on the other side of that.
Can you open that window for a bit, baby, if you don't mind?
Tell us exactly what's happening. Hello. We'll come and speak to you very shortly. What are your plans now? I can see you've got some customers in. We've cancelled over you. That would really helpful. I'm going to ask this officer if you rang the initial job if you've got CCTV. I'm going to ask this officer to come and speak to you. All right.
This driver,
Yeah.
does he need treatment?
Yeah, he will do. He's got an injury to his ankle.
That's your bike? Yeah. Alright. Just very briefly tell me what's happened.
I was coming down the street.
Which way? Come up there. Yeah.
And I went to go put my brakes on and it just was not working.
Okay.
Front and back.
Yep.
I just got it booked in to go in for a service. And my brakes was not going to work.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll get collision unit when they come to get that statement almost immediately.
But I'm miles over.
So we can then have a look and see if it's right. That will show the switches in. Okay.
With the scene locked down, the victim, who remains in a critical condition, is transferred to hospital.
Why is he pausing at the fucking idiot?
The real information is the motorcycle rider there is coming down here at excess speed. He's made an unsolicited comment that his brakes weren't working. the road tax season, rules, spring, and then when I give you an update, go from there. Please. Alex, can you see the Chris?
From a police perspective, he's riding that motorbike knowing that his brakes didn't work and that he needed to take it to a garage. Then he's known he got on that bike when it was in a dangerous condition. I'm going to take a sample of your slider onto this device, which takes up to 8 minutes to come back with a result okay. So we're required to provide a sample of breath analysis, okay? Same rule applies to the drug fight. If they're failure or refusal, then you're allowed to arrest the prosecution.
Oh.
Okay? It's a bit nice time. Till we let blow to take stop. Blow, 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 blow. Thank you. So at the moment, that's showing as negative. The breath test negative. So if it's a case of that casualty ends up taking a turn for the worse and it turns fatal, then this chap will end up being arrested for causing death by dangerous driving. Both are negative. They're taking
Boom.
cirrhosis closest to given his injury, and I don't think to access. It's just the legs at the moment. He's got some grazing to his legs, potentially foot injury. Yeah.
So at risk, you follow down, or managing him,
Yeah.
as a suspect.
Yeah.
With the view to arresting him, we should get a casualty update.
Okay.
And his cleared of his injuries.
Okay.
And we'll get onto the family now, and then I'll give you a ring and see where we're at with that.
Okay.
Worth just arresting him now, just arresting Howard. Yeah. For citizens or a neighbour.
I'll do it. Do it. Yeah.
And then re-arrest if that changes.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, lovely.
He's up. It's I don't know if the update's you. He's not insured on it either, which is something to do. So,
Arrest the insurance as well.
yeah, I'll do everything. Yeah. I'm going to arrest you on suspicion of causing serious injury by dangerous driving.
Boom.
Okay, for driving without insurance. All right. You don't have to say anything, but you may on the offence do not mention when questions something which lays down in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Understand that?
Forensic collision investigators are now on scene.
We're trying to get all the available evidence from CCTV, from the shops, the street side of the street, from the residents. We've got several residents that have seen the collision that we'll be getting statements from, and we've got several drivers that have seen the collision that we'll also be getting statements from.
The crew have assessed the motorbike rider, and he's got some injuries that potentially a fracture to his leg or his foot. So he's got to go to the hospital to get checked before we can take him into our custody. So we're going to follow the ambulance down.
The elderly victim has been admitted to hospital.
Just an update from Sunday.
Yeah.
The chap's gone for a scan.
Okay.
But he's unlikely to survive.
Okay.
So I told Swifty to hang on now until you arrive.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay. Cool. That's one. The horrifying point to this scenario is that it could have been anybody that was walking down that pavement.
My man thought it was over when he scored two.
In this case, was a chap in his 90s who lived through a world war.
Nope.
And he gets run over by a motorbike walking to the shop. So it really puts things into perspective that it doesn't matter where you are, who you're with, how young or old you are, that anything can happen at any time. And your whole world can change just like that.
Coming up,
We'll be able to absolutely see whether that bike's got any brakes or whether it hasn't.
the suspect faces charges.
Just take your
Back off.
And the traffic cops respond to another crash
Come around the corner, stop to lock control, hit this wall.
involving a young, inexperienced driver.
My license holder.
Oh, no one with it.
Yeah. What? I love you too.
For a reason.
Compile up.
staying at 10. Watch stream on 5.
We're back on air. Simba Mattresses sponsor evenings on 5.
All the links as well.
Yeah, as long as we've got the contact details, we'll contact them later. Brilliant, thank you.
At the scene of a serious collision between an elderly pedestrian and a young motorcyclist,
My brain's not going to work.
Sergeant Scott Riley is leading an investigation.
So he's riding the bike at excess speed, no brake. Moving the investigation forward after today, the bike will be examined, so we'll be able to absolutely see whether that bike's got any brakes or whether it hasn't. I've asked that the phone is seized, so we can examine that to see if his sensor takes disclosing that his
Fuck's
brakes
sake.
don't work, or if we put that bike into a garage, which we believe he has, and he was on his way to having that bike serviced today. Lee? I'm going to ask for him to be arrested for dangerous driving.
As Scott remains on scene, DC Chris Wells Jackson makes his way to the hospital.
No.
I think the motorbike riders started to realise what's occurred. He didn't seem horrendously panicked by the scenario to start off with. He seemed quite calm, but that's shock. I think shock affects everybody in different ways.
The rider has been checked over at hospital. But with the elderly pedestrian in a critical condition, the rider is taken into police custody.
Right, so unfortunately the chap has died, okay. So I'm going to further arrest you on suspicion of causing death by dangerous driving, okay. Just remind you that you are still under caution, do you understand? This rider's world has just collapsed in front of you. You could essentially go to prison for 15 to 20 years for causing death by dangerous driving. Also, he's got to live with it for the rest of his life, knowing that he's killed someone because of the decision that he made that he shouldn't have made.
Oh, motherfucker.
Go on. Watch your legs. As a result of what's happened, been arrested on suspicion of causing death by dangerous driving, driving without insurance, and driving otherwise than in accordance with your licence. Broken ankle. Which ankle? My right ankle. Just take your necklace off. At some point this evening, there'll be a decision sought for a charge for those offences. It might be that he gets bailed, it might be that he gets charged tonight and remanded into custody. Our main priority now is essentially to
Fuck's
put a
sake, man.
evidential case together to make sure that we've got everything we need for a prosecution. So whoever's at fault for this collision sees some justice.
Excess speed
Boom.
contributes to around a quarter of deaths on the UK's roads. Some of the most at risk are the young and inexperienced.
It's a bit windy tonight.
Traffic cop Sandy Swift and Alex Head are responding to reports of another crash 10 miles north
What the
of
fuck
Derby.
was that, man?
Tango 4-3 was in 4-10. Now just the summer coat on 38 probably with the engine. There's been a report of an RT6 in the car on its roof. It says it's skidded. Oh, God, that's lots of blue lights.
As Alex arrives at the scene,
NAS Tango 4-3. Hello, you alright?
a fire crew has freed a teenage driver from her overturned car.
Do you know who the driver is? Just on his
Yes.
Right, okay. That's good, thank you.
Let's go.
Despite despite the extensive damage.
Oh, no, you're alright.
The young girl appears unharmed.
So who's in the car with you? You got a license? No, then. So the rules are, when you're a provisional license holder, you can only drive a vehicle when you've got a qualified driver sat next to you, and your vehicle must be showing your plates. In this case, neither of those things would apply. So come to a single car collision, it's quite extensive damage because it's a single car RTC. Female driver just lost it at some point, I don't quite know how. She's ended up rolling and flicking the car. Luckily, she's only got minor injuries.
Fuck off.
That's about it. The problem though, probably might explain why she's crashed. She's a provisional license holder and she didn't have any bloody lugger. So she was taking the choice to drive the car when she doesn't have a license, probably not trained, doesn't have the skill to drive the car on her own. And this is the result. So it's a silly life choice. She's going to have lots of points on her license. The chances of her getting a license or insurance after it are very, very slim.
Andy arrives on scene.
Fuck off.
Alex, have you sorted recovery? License holder.
Oh no, I'm with it.
No.
I'll get my brush. I'll brush off and then I'll see if I can my car up the side of the curve. Alright.
It's only 50 miles an hour. I genuinely, I could not tell how that happened. Or let the paramedics check you over. And then we'll just take it from there, alright? How old were you? 17, okay. Because you were everything class as a child. Can I speak to your mum? I'm going to need to speak to her. Hello there, please head to Dallas, please. She's fine. She's absolutely, there's no issue whatsoever with her belief. She's got a few grazes to her hand. It's a good job I think she's wearing a seatbelt and she's got them ringing in her ears, like you'd imagine from being in the collision. Are you obviously aware that she shouldn't be driving? She's not got a license. She's not passed the test. And they ask you to have your full fleet. You just let highways know. I don't know if it'll be their responsibility, but there's a brick wall which has been partially demolished. The one you're looking at. She says she's come around the corner at normal speed. She's obviously lost control, hit this wall, and thankfully, it's bounced her off back into the carriageway. Because if you look over this, the drop over this wall, it's easily 25-foot drop. So she's a very, very lucky girl. Hopefully there's going to be some life lessons learned. Because you'll even be driving in the first place. You went over there, it would most likely been a fatality. Yeah, your bumper was literally rested on that piece of log down there.
Why won't we keep her moving, man? Fuck's sake.
So you're going to be reported for the consideration prosecuting you for the intent to start driving without license and driving without control. Okay. You'd be looking at least 2. I say there's a lot, but I don't often deal with criminals, but I do deal with diagnosis. Are you aware of it? A pretty silly thing you've done, and obviously how lucky you are. No, I learn from this. Okay? I'd say she would have just been a little bit faster. The momentum would have taken her and carried through that wall. I hope she understands what a close call she got, because you don't get any closer than that. I don't think there's much more I can do, to be honest with you. I think we're about done. Right, let's go.
With the crash scene cleared, Alex takes the young driver home. Coming up,
Well, for a time when I'm home, yeah, and you got full cell.
another narrow escape.
I'm driving down here and he pulled out, went straight to the side of me.
And some shocking footage.
The average speed, 61 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour limit.
Provides some answers in the fatal collision.
He's lasted to prison for quite a while.
Invest with zero.
Cabs, try now.
The investigation.
This is just the most horrendous set of circumstances. You've got an elderly gentleman in his 90s that's gone out to the local shop, and that could have been me, it could have been any one of my family, my friends, and it's just really upsetting because you never know when your time's up. You can see this is the vehicle that was turning right in a second.
Alex Head is reviewing some of the footage from the scene.
Pause it here. Once you got the indicator for the Jaguar, that's highlighted. Wheels starting to turn. Your brake lights from the vehicle behind. You also hear the high pitched pummel the motorbike juggling in front. The right of the picture. Again, brake lights from these vehicles are slowing down. These are from that one stationary before it started to turn. That's now started to turn. And the biker is now come down. He's travelling far too fast for the conditions. He's overtaking stationary traffic and not anticipating and not looking further enough ahead of him to see why these vehicles are slowing. Hasn't got time to brake, hasn't got time to slow down to avoid it. So the only course he can do is to take avoiding action. But it's not enough that he's actually put in front of this Jaguar. So him and his wife are now sliding towards the pedestrian. They both slide down the road and he takes the legs pulling with the member of the public. The force is so fast though that it's taking his legs and he's landed on the back of his head. You can just see that the motorbikers left picture, and this is very much how we find the scene.
Chris Wells Jackson reviews CCTV from a business opposite.
It quite clearly shows the motorbike striking the pedestrian. And at the moment of impact, it swivels towards the mirror that's on the wall, and that mirror, for a couple of seconds, just captures the impact. The motorbike literally swept the pedestrian off the feet. It's caused such an impact with that pedestrian into the pavement that it's broken his neck and caused some really severe head trauma, which has ultimately led to his death, unfortunately. He's 92 years old, the chap that's died, and he wouldn't have even seen or heard it coming. In 10 years of policing, I've seen a hell of a lot of CCTV of incidents of assaults, collisions, and there's not many that send a shiver down my spine as to when I see the pedestrian get hit by that bike.
So I've spoken to collision investigators who interviewed the suspect last night. He's been bailed with conditions not to ride or drive or be in any motor vehicle, so to safeguard the public. And he's been bailed for quite a short time span, just for 3 weeks, so that we can do that initial investigation into the mechanics of the bike to see if that's in order or if there are any mechanical defects. Is there any truth in what he's saying? Do the brakes work or don't they work? I understand there's no insurance on
scene, that's evidence of mechanical examinations, and any other evidence that we come to. Part of that evidence trail has been to collate CCTV footage.
Lee's been examining further evidence of the motorcyclist prior to the collision.
This one I'm about to show you is from a public house, which is 3 miles from the scene. So, the rider's seen here, they're using various software enabled to determine that his speed as he went through this area was 57 miles an hour, which is this is in a 30 mile an hour limit. He then progresses from this. This set of footage was approximately 1.5 miles prior to the scene, and he's travelled over these miles, which are used for analysis, and determined average speed
Boom.
of these miles to be 54 miles an hour. The next footage that I analysed is from other premises, which is approximately 150 metres prior to the scene. Again, using the same principles as previously, his average speed through this particular place was 61 miles an hour in a 30 mile an hour
Nope.
limit. He then continues. This is a built-up area, hazards everywhere, pedestrians, members of public, cars, and is approaching a queue of slow-moving cars, which at this point he would have a view of. At this point, his brake lights are still illuminated. So he's seen the Jaguar, trying to react to it, and parked, and then collide with the Jaguar. This is the prime CCTV footage that I've analysed. This is the scene of the collision here. The bike at this point has lost speed because we know he's on the brakes. This area of analysis here is doing 52 miles an hour. The motorcyclist, the front off side of the Jaguar, has become detached from his machine. The machine slithered down the road surface, and the rider himself has struck the pedestrian as the pedestrian walking with his back to us. I understand he's undocumented, so he's got no licence, there's no insurance, shouldn't have been on it, claims it had a mechanical defect, yet for reasons best known to him, he's chosen to ride at speeds well above the speed limit. I don't know if my brakes were defective on a vehicle. A, I wouldn't be driving it or riding it. B, I certainly
Oh,
wouldn't be
Harlan was
twice the
doing
speed
there.
limit. So, who knows what his thought pattern was, why he would choose to put himself at risk like that. There's no only risking other people, he's risking his own neck. But nevertheless, he's done that. And he's going to have to explain that in court. It's a young lad, done something very stupid, that his life takes to prison for quite a while. And it's just a shame because it was totally avoidable. It's ruined his life, killed somebody else. Crazy.
With over 1,000 collisions occurring across Derbyshire every year,
And then 10 and 4 3
officers like Alex Head are the first to decide if a prosecution is necessary.
There's 2 car RCC, one car apparently on its side with leaking fluid. Not sure whether there's anybody trapped, but Scott should be there, probably there right now.
As Alex reaches the scene, fire crews have freed an elderly couple and a male in his 20s from the cars.
The crack, it looks like cars. It's cars. The alarm bells are in. Everyone's thinking the worst. Oh, there you alright? Were you in one of these vehicles? You were in the red one. Who's in the white one?
The top right is
It- Right, okay, alright. Lovely stuff. Yes. Oh, were you in the white vehicle? Right, okay.
The 87-year-old man was driving the red vehicle.
So we've got these 2 guys that are from the red car, and then yourself, the driver of that one. Lovely. Thank you very much. So what's been happening?
Well, I was driving down here and we pulled out, went straight to the side of it.
Fuck off.
Okay. Any injuries for yourself? Just my elbow. Just your elbow. Okay. You're moving it in a minute. Okay.
As first on scene, Scott's been gathering statements.
From what an initial witness has told me is that driver's red car within touches there, come out of the junction, hit the young lad who's in the uniform. He's a single occupant, so literally got elderly males pulled out. Nobody's mentioned any intonation of alcohol or anything like that. I'll get recovery ordered. Yes. I think it's worse. Looks a lot worse than it is. Yeah, I'm not going to fire up to do a great job look after him. I'm not going to interrupt while there's an ambulance coming for him, so let's get his details and all this sorted. Yeah. It's obviously his fault, isn't it? I think it's quite slow speed impacts. Because both vehicles are pretty much made in situ from this junction.
I've been to numerous jobs since joining traffic involving old people. And you've got to go and have an honest, frank conversation with them about their ability to drive.
You're going to have that sort of conversation. Yes, I don't know if now's the time, but I might pop that out tomorrow. It needs to be had. It doesn't really get much open and wider than this junction.
Traffic ready.
Hello, my name's Alex, okay? I'm a police officer. Just wanted to find out a bit about what's happened. Can you remember?
I am a total idiot. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
The red car is mine.
Yep.
Speeding.
Yep.
You're waiting here, and you've got a lot of traffic there back to the north.
Yep.
What's there? Big long clear bit here.
Yep.
Wasn't look out that way.
Yep.
Saw a go.
Yep.
I'd look that way. Nothing. Nothing.
Okay.
So, now if I came in a hurry,
Yep.
and you got caught out.
Okay. Alright.
I feel sick about it.
Okay. Well, it is just a chunk of metal. It's just a chunk of metal and no one's been seriously injured. Okay. So don't worry about it too much, alright? So, two car accident, slow speed crash, the driver of the red Toyota, and he's pulling out the junction. It's probably under a bit of pressure to pull out because it was quite a busy road. So he's pulled out, he's collided with the VW Up, says he's not been able to see it. So what we'll be doing now is we inform the DVLA he's had an accident, and then they'll get in touch with him and potentially wanted to put him through a test again, just to make sure he's fit and healthy and able to drive on the roads.
Coming up,
I'll just give him a free pass because he's an elderly gentleman.
tough conversations,
How are we doing? Are you okay?
and the investigation into the fatal motorbike collision concludes.
He could have had a collision anywhere on this road. I did not collide there.
Supporting your evenings, Simba Mattresses. Sponsor evenings on 5.
Hi. Hi, I'm Gemini.
Hey,
How can I help you?
what do I do?
You can ask me about whatever's on your mind.
So I just talk.
Yes, but normal. Just talk normal, and I can ask you anything.
Of course.
Anything.
Can I ask about cars?
Yes.
Tell something spicy without tasting it.
Have you tried smelling it?
Football?
I love talking football.
Google Pixel 9 with Gemini Live.
A lot of my patients who have sensitive teeth want a whiter smile. Sensodyne Clinical White has been clinically proven to give 2 shades whiter teeth and to help protect sensitive teeth. People with sensitive teeth don't have to compromise on having a whiter smile as well. I would absolutely recommend Sensodyne Clinical White to my patients. It's a winner all around.
Turn your big shop into free Pyrex containers exclusively at Morrison's. Simply spend a tenner in store, earn stamps, collect and redeem. Morrison's to shop at Morrison's. Happiness starts with you. The new refillable fragrance, La Vie est Belle Elixir.
Still alive, baby. You're just quiet, that's all sexy.
You'll see things differently now it's free to sell on eBay. Don't even think about it. eBay, things people love.
Sometimes these things are just won't turn, the train won't leave.
You're my world. You're mine. Let's go.
In a world of choices and voices, here's some inspiration. What floats your boat? What gets your goat? Does velvet light up your world? Or is classic your cup of tea? The right thing is your thing, and we've got just the thing for you. DFS, what's your thing?
This is probably the most serious offence we've had this year.
Oh yes, please! Justice is a weight against time.
We're dealing with some really dangerous people, probably 24 an hour.
Fuck off.
The suspect walk free. Our P9050 series of police. Suspect number 1 continues tonight at 9. Watch, stream on 5.
Welcome back. Simba Mattresses, sponsoring evenings on Five.
A few weeks after an elderly driver crashed into another car as he pulled out of a T-junction, Alex Head is tasked with asking the man to voluntarily surrender his license.
He's 87. At the end of the day, I think it comes to all reactions slow, your visibility changes, your ability to assess risk and danger changes. I've got 4 quid to fill in if he wants it because that's appropriate. If he's still adamant he wants to be driving, then we'll look to prosecute him for further driving without due care detention. We can't just give him a free pass because he's an elderly gentleman. Some people take it on board, others defend it and fight it and will not listen. How are we doing? Are you okay? Very good, very good.
Failing to look properly contributes to over 40% of collisions involving drivers over the age of 70.
Oh, then take care. Bye-bye. Unfortunately, there's a lot of elderly drivers who just shouldn't be driving. It's the simple fact of it. It's a sad fact, but there's a time and there's a place for people to stop driving, and a lot of people don't know what that is. It's their last aspect of freedom, just to jump in the car and go whenever and wherever you want. People are very reluctant to give up their license. He still is adamant that he can drive that vehicle safely. And he's obviously still a very intelligent driver.
I didn't even take the player out of the ball.
However, in his own admission, I don't think his body is running at quite the same speed as his brain. And I think this is where it starts becoming a bit dangerous, because he still thinks he's able to drive. I don't think his body is in that position. Next question is a bit like should a child jump out in the middle of the road Z reactions to be able to stop and put an emergency stop in time would be my main concern. So he's going to be reported for driving without GPS attention. We're going to be submit the form to the DVLA for them to assess his eyesight and his medical records and see if there's anything on there which is ringing alarm bells. And after that, just look at some points on his license and hopefully he'll take on board with some of the things I've said.
Boom, let's go.
6 weeks after a fatal collision involving a motorcyclist and a 92-year-old pedestrian, crash investigator Lee Simpson and vehicle examiner Rob Finch were investigating the rider's claim that his brakes were faulty.
The rider didn't engage emergency braking. He left no long time on. Cannot operate because his brakes were defective, or, which is more likely, is that his speed was such that he left himself in sufficient distance and time to be able to engage emergency braking. So what Rob will do, Rob will check it out physically to make sure there are no leaks, nothing immediately apparent to suggest why the brakes wouldn't work.
I can see that the front brake, all its components, caliper, the brake pipe, there's no leaks, and the fluid level is
Did he think
satisfactory.
I'd quit because he made me wait so long? Nah, mate, I'll sit and wait. I'm winning 4-1,
I can
like.
see there's no leaks, there's no hydraulic leaks whatsoever on the rear brake, and there's plenty of fluid within there. If the fluid drains out and you get air in there, then it will not operate the caliper. We'll try the pedal travel. The fluid level is okay, pipes, there's no leaks, the caliper's all dry. So this brake should operate. Pressing the pedal, the rear wheel is braking. As you can see, pedal travel, satisfactory, that's operated. So, his claim that he had no braking is false, and we've now proven that they were operative.
Ooh, he's
With the
in
case
trouble.
against the rider nearing its conclusion, Lee revisits the scene.
Our rider was a young lad for reasons best known to himself, has chosen to ride at ridiculous speeds. He chose to exceed the speed limit grossly. Presented with a situation in front of him that he couldn't, or he had insufficient distance and time to be able to react appropriately. We are now approaching the collision site. It's a 30-mile-an-hour limit. As you can see, we've got pedestrian crossing.
Boom, let's go. 1-0. Pulled it back, sat him down, sat him on his ass.
Nothing supports ever who would want to ride down here at 60-mile-an-hour plus. It's 30-mile-an-hour for a reason, to keep you safe. The collision site's coming up, we've got another pedestrian crossing which continuing at 61-mile-an-hour. So our rider always has opportunity to very
I thought he was going to win the fucking ball. I didn't mean to
jump
shoot.
into an airside.
Didn't mean to shoot.
But hazards galore. We're at the collision point now. Our rider is doing 52 miles an hour at this point. We can see it's a busy residential area. There's all sorts of other vulnerable road users, not to mention vehicles. He could have had a collision anywhere on this road had he not collided there. And if he'd have continued riding at that speed in the manner that he chose, it's just a question of time before he has a collision. He should only ride such that he can stop at the distance he can see to be clear. He clearly couldn't do that. His speed ultimately giving him insufficient time and distance to react accordingly. That's why he's collided.
Off the bar.
On average,
A bar,
5
whichever one that
people
was.
are killed on the UK's roads every day.
When you first come to your first fatal, it's one of those jobs, those incidents that you always remember in your policing career, but your training just sort of takes over. The thing I find difficult about dealing with fatal incidents is not necessarily the things that I'm faced with at the scene, but it's that emotional connection that somebody's loved one. And even if you do a really good investigation and somebody is found responsible
this episode.
I just booked in to go in for a service.
The young motorcycle rider involved in the fatal collision that killed a 92-year-old man pleaded guilty to causing death by dangerous driving and riding whilst uninsured and unlicensed. He was sentenced to 6 years in prison and an 8-year driving ban.
I genuinely, I can't tell you how that happened.
The 17-year-old girl who collided with a wall, flipping her car upside down, was charged with driving otherwise than in accordance with a license and driving without insurance. She received 6 points on her license and a £300 fine.
Bastard!
I blew their way, nothing.
And the 87-year-old man who pulled out of a T-junction and hit a young man's car, knocking it onto its side, refused Alex's advice to voluntarily surrender his license and was referred to a driving awareness program for driving without due care and attention.
And the new series of Traffic Cops continues next Monday at 8. And if you or someone you know has been affected by any of the issues raised in Traffic Cops tonight, do go to channel5.com/helplines for information and support. New next on 5. Police must pin down their suspect number 1 before he strikes again. Stay with us.
Still alive, baby.
What's it like having Sky TV? It's great. Feels like when the train door stops from right where you're standing. Then you actually get a seat. And it's one of these. Then the train gets diverted to Mallorca. Then you hear this music from this bonkers dance floor. And that's so cool. But it's so by an actual community. Anyhow, Sky TV feels like all that. But telling Sky, believe in better.
At Money Supermarket, our mission is to help you be better off. That's why we'll give you a £15 reward when you switch your car insurance. And when you keep saving with us on other bills, we'll give you even more rewards. See how much you could save with Money Supermarket. Very Good Girl Elixir, the new feminine fragrance, Carolina Herrera. Some home fragrances just disappear. Ever feel your nose deserves better? Immerse it in waves of amazing fragrance. Try the new Airwick Advanced Plug-in. Now infused with 2 times more natural essential oils, it has anti-fading technology for always noticeable fragrance. And a new boost button. So, for our best ever fragrance experience, your nose knows. Now that's a breath of fresh Airwick. My name is Jean White. This is my partner, work partner, Dominic. I occasionally help the police with their inquiries. Do you mind if we get straight down to business?
Gene, let's go.
Perfect motif for another. Madam, the smell of the gas.
Mr. Gas,
Deadly.
we're going to find out who's responsible. Muddling.
I will be glad to see them with you. As long as I provide, it will be going anywhere.
The new series of the Madame Blanc mysteries starts Thursday at 9. Watch stream on 5.
It's life. It's love. It's cuddles. And wooden puddles. It's twists, turns, things you didn't see coming. It's exploring it, discovering it. It's dreaming, it's believing. It's all this and more. Watch it, stream it. It's all on 5.
Now on 5, in a change to the advertised episode, new police suspect number 1. Be prepared for real-life violent crime from the start and throughout, mildly offensive language and antisocial behaviour which you may find distressing.
Supporting your evenings. Simba Hybrid Mattresses. Sponsor evenings on 5.
You're in the hot seat now for some real serious offences.
Well, interesting. You're being accused of an armed robbery.
When a criminal strikes,
Fuck's sakes.
terrified victims deserve justice.
To
have something like this held to your throat, absolutely petrifying.
These innocent people going about their day-to-day lives, they didn't deserve this in the slightest.
First, detectives must identify a suspect.
This lad, amazing.
Suspect quite prolific. Remember to get this guy into the... Next, police, they must hunt for concrete evidence.
That's it, isn't it?
Then question the suspect face to face.
This is your opportunity. You're going to tell us something. Tell us now. Did you put the right to his door? Absolutely not.
Get out of my way. Will the evidence stand or fall?
That is that. That is that.
Will the suspect confess or deny everything? Will the police uncover...
Referee, come on.
24 hours is a very limited period of time to carry out a full investigation.
Because time is ticking and we've got 8 hours left.
The best way to safeguard the public is to have the suspect in custody and remand him to prison.
Oh, all the charges? Yes.
This time, a violent assault, strike from the neck so powerful, leaves a man fighting for his life.
It's a really serious attack. It's an attempted murder.
Police must track down the person responsible
So he pops out of here and then heads this direction.
before he can strike again.
The risk to the public is very high. All our efforts will be to get him in custody.
Vinny.
From the left, it's bleeding so bad. It's like a stop running. This blood is everywhere on the floor. It's over like really bad.
Okay, stay on the line. I'm just trying to get help arranged for you.
Police are dispatched to the scene of a potentially fatal stabbing.
Okay, can you just give me a description of the subject?
5, 4, 11.
What friendly was wearing?
I suggested then talk to you.
If the suspect is still there,
He's the one who's in this flat. Really good girl.
Don't give him time.
The first officer arrives at the scene. Her priority is to locate the injured victim, then apprehend the suspect.
Boom, 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 boom. Let's go.
is somebody in there? Oh, sorry, can I come in urgently, please? Yeah, I've got quite a bit of blood outside the address. Was he taken off the unit? I have to do a single cruise.
With no sign of the victim outside, the officer must search the property where the armed attacker was last reported.
Boom.
I'm sorry, seriously, I've checked the fire is open. There's quite a bit of blood outside. Heading towards the High Street way. Thank you. Are you able to report the High Street?
As additional officers rush to the scene, there is no sign of either the victim or the suspect.
Hello.
Steve,
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, and I think he's proven himself. So he needs bleeding really bad.
A unit is dispatched towards
Eh,
the hospital.
you go red card and quit chat. Couldn't handle it no more.